Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn how to play the Luceana position. Take a look at this position. Our king is on the 8th rank and our pawn is on the 7th rank. This position is known as Luceana position. We want to move this king away from the e8 square and then push the pawn and make a queen. But the problem is black's rook is controlling the f file. And our king cannot move to these squares because black's king is controlling these squares. So if we don't move our king out of this pawn's way, then we cannot make a queen. And let's see how we can win this position. Our first step is to force the black king away from the c file to the b file so that our king has the space to come on the d file. First, we play rook to c2 check, forcing the king to go to the b file. We play rook c2 check. Now the black king has to go to the b file. Black king does not want to go to d6 because if black plays king to d6, now we can play king to d8. And in the next move, we can easily make a queen. That's why black plays king to b7. Now we can play king to d7 and try to promote the pawn. But there is a problem. Black's rook will give us a check. Black will play rook to d1 check. Now the king has to come to e6. Black plays rook to e1 check. King goes to f6. Black plays rook to f1 check. And our king cannot hide anywhere. If white tries to play something like king to g5, then black can play rook to e1 and attack this pawn. Now white has to play king to f6 and then black again start giving these checks. And we cannot make any progress because black's rook will keep giving these checks. So first we need to create a shelter for our king. That's why in this position, instead of playing king to d7, first we play rook to c4. Put the rook on the 4th rank. And now you will see why. Let's say black plays king to b6. Now we can play king to d7. We want to push our pawn to e8 and make a queen. Black will start giving these checks. Black will play rook d1 check. We play king to e6. Black again gives this check. Rook e1 check. We can play king to d6. Black again gives this check. Rook to d1 check. And now comes an important move. We can play king to e5. And the idea is, if black gives a check, then we can play rook to e4 and block this check. That's why we put our rook on the 4th rank. This is also known as building the bridge. Thanks to the rook on the 4th rank, now black cannot give any check to our king. And when black plays something like rook to h1, then we can promote our pawn to a queen and win the game. In this position, instead of giving a check to our king, black can play another move. Black can play king to b5, attacking our rook first. Now we want to push the pawn and make a queen. But before that, we need to cover this queening square. That's why we play rook to c8. Now the rook covers the queening square and we are ready to push the pawn to e8 and make a queen. Black gives rook to d1 check. Now we can play king e6. Black gives this check. Now we play king to f6. Black plays rook f1 check. And now this king does not need to defend the pawn. We can play king to g5. And idea is we are going to play like this, zigzag moves and come toward this rook. Then rook cannot give us check. We play rook to g1 check, king f4, rook f1 check, king to g3, rook to g1 check, king to f2. Now black's rook cannot give us a check. Black plays a move like rook to h1 and we simply make a queen. Let's go back. Now you can see why it is so important to keep our rook on the 4th rank. So that when we put our king on d7 and black start giving us check, our king can come to e5 and then we play rook to e4 to block all these checks. And that's how we win this Luceana position. Now let's take a look from the black side. In this position, we are black. Our king is on the first rank. Our pawn is on the second rank, and we would like to move this king away from the f1 square and push the pawn to make a queen. But the problem is rook is controlling the g file. We cannot put our king on the g file, and white's king is covering these squares. So we cannot put our king on the e file. The first step to win this position is to push the white king away from the d file. We want to push the white king to the c file. How do we do it? We play rook to d7 and give a check. Now, as you already know, king cannot come to e3, because if king comes to e3, then we can play king to e1. And now we are ready to push our pawn and make a queen, because king is blocking the line and rook cannot give a check to black's king from the e file. That's why white plays king to c3. Now we can play king to e2, but the problem is rook will start giving these checks from the behind. So we need to create a shelter for the black's king. We are going to put our rook on the 5th rank. When we are white, we put our rook on the 4th rank, and when we are black, we put our rook on the 5th rank. Let's say white plays rook to g7. Now we are ready to play king to e2. White gives a check, rook e7 check, king to f3, rook f7 check, king to g3, rook to g7 check, king to f4. And when white plays rook to f7 check, now we play rook to f5. If white captures the rook, then after king cross rook, we can easily promote the pawn and make a queen. Let's go back. In this position, instead of giving a check, white can also attack our rook. White can play king to c4. And this rook should go to the first rank to cover the queening square. Once we have covered the queening square, we are ready to make a queen. White can give us these checks, but we can use zigzag technique to come towards the white rook. King here, king to g5, and king here. We have used this zigzag idea to attack on white's rook. Now white will play a move like rook to f7 to attack the pawn, but we can easily make a queen. And this position is completely winning. Let's go back. When we played our rook on the 5th rank, then white can also play a move like king to c4 and attack our rook immediately. White does not want us to keep our rook on the 5th rank. Here we can play rook to d1. Whenever king attacks our rook, we put our rook on the first rank to cover the queening square. White plays king to c3. Now we get our king out, king e2. White starts giving these checks. King f3, white keeps giving these checks. King g3, rook to g8 check. Once the rook is covering this queening square, black's king does not need to defend this pawn. Black's king can use this zigzag technique to save itself from these checks. King h4, check, king h6, and king comes to g7. Now white cannot give any more checks, and white cannot even stop us from promoting the pawn. White plays a move like this, and we make a queen. That's how we win this Luceana position. Now I'm going to play this Luceana position against computer and try to win it. I'm going to play Stockfish level 8 and I have 2 minutes to win this position. Let's try to win this position. First, I'm going to give a check to force the black king toward the A file. First, let's play rook to b2 check. Let's see what the computer plays. Black played king to a7. Now we put the rook on the 4th rank. Rook to b4. Black played rook d1. Now let's bring the king out. Black starts giving these checks. Now we play this, king to d6. Black is giving us checks. Now we play king to c6. Okay, now black is not giving these checks. Black just simply played a waiting move. And now we cannot put our rook on this rank because king is covering this square. So what do? we just simply put the rook on the 5th rank. We are ready to play rook to d5. And that's it. Now we make a queen and win the game. Queen here. And you already know how to win this position. Now we bring our king and checkmate the black's king. I hope now you can confidently win the Luceana position. See you in the next video.